Alrighty, guys. Welcome to 406 Broncos. I'm Mac. This is Dakota. And wow, we have a lot to talk about that draft, huh?
Yeah, it's draft recap. Oh, and first of all, before we get real started, we apologize for the sound or lack thereof. One of our cords went out. That's what happened last week, why we had audio issues. So, for this week, the audio might be just slightly less than what you're used to, but we're working with what we got, and we're going to get it fixed real soon.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Well, let's kind of jump into it. And how do you want to start this off? Draft-wise.
Well, we'll just, since this is a Broncos show, we're going to start it as always with the Broncos. We'll just go ahead and go down our Broncos list. Let's just break down. Let's actually just start by. Let's just go round by round, and we'll just kind of discuss our thoughts. First of all, what did you think of the draft? How did you feel about our draft, all in all?
I loved it. I really think we did good.
Dude, I agree.
I actually liked every pick, and you know how we were thinking how the beginning round was hitting and what they were picking, just like about the top three kind of thing. Like, oh my gosh. Well, they just took them. What are we gonna do? What's gonna go on? Because we were figuring probably gonna be maybe a quarterback for us,
Mm-hmm.
But holy crap! Now it looks like we may have our hands on some of these top tier guys that you just don't want to pass up.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the case with. That's what they were saying with Bradley Chubb. They did not expect him to drop to them. So the fact that they did, they just said they couldn't pass him up, and I totally understand. Very glad that we got him.
And if you didn't see, we did put out live posts that night, and you could see our reaction when we saw them pick
Mr. Bradley Chubb.
We
were also thinking there could have been a trade involved, and that didn't happen. And I just think a lot of that had to do with the fact that I think the Bills both thought they kind of knew since we had a chance at Chubb we weren't going to take him, and then also
I think it reflected on what was Cleveland going to do.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, dude. Cleveland. We'll talk about Cleveland more later and the surprises they made. But, they changed the outcome of this whole draft. This could have been a completely different draft had they taken Bradley Chubb at number 4. Because I think we either would have taken Josh Allen or we would have traded that pick for someone to take Josh Allen.
Right.
As far as the later rounds go, though, I actually was able to catch most of the draft. I think I only missed the third round, but we did really, really good late. I was very surprised. We traded a couple of our picks to get two 6th-round picks and a 7th-round pick, which turned out to be really good. Just fill in some holes. Mm-hmm. But I'm really, really happy with our 3rd and 4th round picks that we made. They're just really great deep round draft picks that I think are going to be utilized very well.
Things that we needed and things that
good players.
We picked
quality.
Width-wise. Yes,
yeah.
I mean, we were just going before this show and, kind of like looking at highlights between them all. And
some of the guys that
I almost didn't want to stop some of them because it was fun to watch all their highlights.
There's some pretty good fellas out there.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess we'll just get kind of down to it in the specifics, like who we actually picked this draft.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll just start off.
Round 1.
Round 1, our number 1 pick, Bradley Chubb.
Dude.
For some reason, he came to us. I was so I thought for sure he was gonna go sooner, and then once I saw that Cleveland got Denzel Ward, I was like, dude,
we're gonna get Bradley Chubb.
Dude, they're gonna grab him. There's no way they're gonna let this one go.
Yeah. Second or third, if you want to put Quentin Nelson in the mix, but top 3 talent right there. One of the top 3 most NFL-ready players just landed in the Denver Broncos' lap.
A sudden impact.
If anybody hasn't seen it, you have got to watch Von Miller's reaction video.
We did post it on our Facebook channel, but I mean, yeah, it was really cool to see. Just watching him
Well, you know why he's excited? Because he's not going to get double teamed anymore. You can't block we have the best pass rush in the NFL now. I don't care what anybody says. You've got Chubb, Vaughn, Shaq Barrett, Shane Ray,
Wolf. You got Pecco in the middle.
See, and okay, this is actually what I wanted to ask. Because now they're saying that what they want is to have Bradley Chubb stand up and play linebacker. So what does that mean for Shaq Barrett and Shane Ray?
I think we're going to see one of them go.
One or both. I mean, they're both in the last years of their contract. I guess they could take a fifth-year option on Ray, but they may not. I think the best thing they can do is trade one of them, get something out of them, and then probably sign the other one, to be honest, because you want some depth there.
Well,
and they're all versatile players.
And you and me were discussing the fact that, like, if that's the case, if they're going to think about getting rid of one of them, we really liked Shane Ray when he started.
Oh, yeah. I still like Shane.
Yeah, but that's when he starts. Like, he's very injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq Barrett, I mean, he took the shackles, dude. He did good. Like, and once he started doing really good, I wanted to see him just stay there. Like,
yeah.
He was doing so good, I was just like, I don't know.
He's a warrior,
he
too.
He looks better than Shane Ray now.
He was a warrior. He was hurt, and he played hurt, man. And he played through injury. He came back from injury very quick. No, he's a classy guy. He's a great player. I agree. We should keep Shaq, but that's just it. As I think Shaq has more trade value. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I think it'll end up being we can keep one because think about this. I mean, this Chubb is a DeMarcus Ware, really. He can play the D line. He can play the stand-up game. So think of all the sub packages you can do with this guy. I mean, you could switch him out and put him on the line and put Shaq on that side and just do a double blitz from that side with Vaughn playing the outside. You could put Vaughn in. We know Vaughn can play coverage. So you can do Vaughn on a fake on the outside and put him in coverage. Dude, there's so many things you can do now. This is like having DeMarcus Ware back. Really.
Yeah, this is what's great about it, too, is like, like you said, we're getting double teamed a lot for Devon, but like you think about it now, one of them is gonna get through that line.
Oh yeah,
they're all too good for you to stop them.
Yep, there's gonna be constant pressure.
Yes, it's gonna be scary to fight that defense.
QBs are gonna be having nightmares about having to play up against these guys.
You must have a QB that has a fast release time, because that's the only way you're really gonna get out of it. To be honest.
Yeah.
Because you gotta look at it like, unless if you have such a top-notch line, there's still one gonna get in there.
Yeah.
They're too good.
And then now this helps the run game even more because you've got Pecco and Shelby Harris. Those guys can play up in the middle and play those trenches well. Like you said, Wolf on the end too, dude. This is gonna be a fortress of a line to get through at all. Not only passing but running. Like this is.
That's why I was so excited.
One guy just made this happen. And he is I watched a special on him the other night. Dude, this guy is a freaking beast. He's a fortress. Like.
I'm glad.
Very glad.
So glad. You know, we were wanting quarterbacks too, but he hit the 4th spot. We have to take this guy.
This is a guy, you can't pass him.
Denver made a smart move to do it. I'm so glad. I could not believe like Cleveland wouldn't think of actually grabbing him because he's so good.
Oosh.
So, well, someone had to move the mic.
We're
now
fine.
It's off the
We'll keep
desk,
talking.
So
You keep talking, I'll fix it.
they're gonna hear the rattle.
Hold that. God, it's every week with this thing. Why?
But, I mean, I guess we talked enough about Bradley Chubb, even though I could still talk about him. We should probably go into our second pick, which is something we need. I would say we needed a cornerback, to be honest, more. But
I think this was just a guy that was
I think he's good. He's too good. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, second round, that's this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a spot we're going to want. It is
Cortland
Sutton.
Cortland Sutton from SMU, wide receiver. This is a big-bodied receiver that goes up and catches that ball. He's got some moves, and he's a tough runner.
Dude, he forces to catch that ball sometimes, too. Almost every one of those catches, those guys are just throwing it to him. I mean, he's like double covered, and they're like, oh, God, please get this.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, yeah, here, I got it. I'm going to do it over this guy here first.
Oh, yeah, one-handed catches, like on falling down catches. No, that guy, he's got some hands. He's not the speediest guy, but he's an outside guy that can go up and catch that ball. I very much see this being the third receiver. He will be the third receiver. I think
Probably in no time.
you could probably put and such a genuine guy too. I watched his press conference. Just really excited to be here. Says he'll play whatever position, whether they want him slot or on the outside, just or special teams, whatever they want. That he's there to do what they want. He's very happy to learn from Demaryius too.
I'm glad to hear that, but then again, a lot of them say that because they're just fresh in the NFL.
But
then once
there's some
get
genuine
in there, they're like, I need more money. I'm too good, you know.
But there's some, at least in this first part, you can tell when there's like some actual like genuine, feelings coming out. And he just strikes me as a good guy, ready to learn, hardworking. They said he's a very hard worker. I'm excited about him. We'll see what he does. We'll see if he's ready for the NFL.
And I think we picked good.
Yeah.
I think so. He's a big dude too. I like that force catching. I like it. He wants that, and he's gonna run for it, and it's hard to tackle him.
I think he's a really, Demaryius will be a good role model for him. Demaryius has got a lot more speed than this guy, but he, like I said, he just goes up, catches it, and he can.
Reminds me a lot about Demaryius.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, he can. He's got the stiff arms, and he can truck through guys. Like he's a tough guy.
Let's go to our
let's go to the third round.
One.
This is probably, other than Bradley Chubb, actually my favorite pick in this draft, just because this kind of came out of nowhere. Royce Freeman out of Oregon, running back. I didn't know who this guy was, but man, let me tell you, this cat can run. I mean, he's quick. He holds the Pac-12 all-time touchdown record and is 6th in Pac-12 history for rushing yards. He was a senior, so he had a lot of time to do all that. But I didn't know what to think of this. Geis was still on the board when we took this guy, and I was really high on Geis. There was a couple other running backs that they were talking about too that were listed above this guy. But man, after seeing his highlights, this guy can fly. And he reminds me a lot of C.J. Anderson.
We just talked about that. Like I said, we were watching all these highlights with these guys beforehand, and watching his highlights, it reminded me a lot like C.J. did.
Yeah, he looks like a bruiser. He's
faster,
he's
though.
built. He's speedy.
He's like really fast. So, but yeah, he's built. He trucks. He's like a bowling ball, man, but a fast freaking bowling ball.
This guy, I can see him very easily winning the starting job. Maybe not right away, but I think he's going to earn it. I think when he gets the ball, if that O-line is anything like what we're used to, I guess, if it's anything better than what we're used to, he'll utilize it, and he will make himself the starter, and he'll earn that job. I do believe Booker will get the start just because, that's kind of how they roll there, especially with Vance. Vance is a...
Yeah.
But...
If he earns it, he gets it.
Mm-hmm, and I think he will. I really think he will. I have high hopes.
I hope Elway kind of kicks Joseph in the rear a little bit for this kind of stuff. Someone screws up, someone does better than someone, put them in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need to start running Bill Belichick kind of things going.
Yeah. There's the discipline has got to be better than last year. We were very lack discipline, but
it was bad. It was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with special teams was really hard.
That's another thing too that I was gonna say. Every single one of these picks is a great addition for our special teams. There were and every single one of them that I listened to as far as their press conference, all said, I'm all but willing to help out on special teams as well as whatever else I'm asked to do. That's great. They're all willing and ready to do anything. And of course, like you said, they're gonna say stuff like that. But I really think based on all their, their build and like what they offer to the football field, they're all capable of being very special on the special teams. Aside from Bradley Chubb, you don't want a guy like Bradley Chubb doing special teams.
Yeah. Okay.
Also go ahead.
I was gonna say we'll kind of touch base with all of these. I think we'll take a little bit quicker than most on the end of them.
These two right here, I have quite a bit to say.
Yeah,
These
well,
guys,
fine.
not so much.
once we hit the second, fourth round pick, we're just gonna kind of fly by them because I don't know too much about them. They're late round picks. So, Isaac Yiadom. We just watched highlights with him too. And that's a spot we need.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely need that spot. And if we can get a young guy and learn the ropes a little bit, be able to take the ropes, that'd be great. And he looks pretty good. What were you saying? Because you're saying about how these guys, seem like such genuine guys. You said that this guy was...
Oh, yeah. No, this is one of 3 guys that we drafted from the Senior Bowl that the Broncos coached. And they said that Woods said that twice during their defensive drills, like during the game, they asked for the cornerbacks to... It was like one time they needed somebody to play man on somebody, and then they needed somebody to play safety. Both times Yiadom right away was there and said, "I'll do it, coach." And he did both things very successfully. So he's a versatile player. He can play man, he can play zone, and he's willing to just step up and do it. Also, what I didn't know is that Yiadom was a teammate of Justin Simmons back when they both were going to school together.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So he already has some connections to the Broncos and said he's very excited to be back with Simmons and said they're really tight-knit friends and keep in contact quite a bit. So that's always good to come into a group that there's people you know.
For sure.
But I don't see him being an immediate, asset as maybe in the special teams or something like that, but I see him as the 6th DB on the field. If you're doing like a 4-corner 2 safety, I see him as like that 4th guy maybe. You got Cravens in the mix. We can put
dude, I'm excited about our defense.
Brock in there too.
I am.
So
okay, so
my second favorite pick of this draft, next to, second favorite besides Bradley Chubb. Chubb.
Yeah, that you don't even need.
We don't even count Bradley Chubb because it's here.
Obviously, that's everybody's favorite pick, to be honest.
Yeah, but my second favorite pick of the late picks, Josie Jewell, inside linebacker from Iowa, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. This guy, he knows the game. He's got great field presence. He's always around the ball. Not the biggest guy, and that was something they said, about him.
Not only is he not the biggest guy, but I've also kind of noticed he's not all the biggest hitter.
No, well, he
stops it for people to get there, but I haven't seen such big hits from him.
Yeah, he's not, and that's kind of something they said too. Is he's not a sledgehammer of a guy, and he's not that big, but he is around the ball. He's got great ball skills as far as just presence of mind as to where the guy's running, and he's quick. He'll get to the guy. If the quarterback's running out, he's right on top of him. So this is just a position I really wanted to see us draft. Didn't really know much about this guy, but as I started looking into him and watching highlights and stuff, man, this guy pops out to me, and I get the feeling he's going to be an impact guy. Once again, maybe not an immediate starter, but he might get in the rotation. You know how I feel about Todd Davis. I'm not a huge, supporter of Todd Davis. I like Todd Davis. I hope he does well, but I don't believe just yet. I think this guy could be knocking on the door of that position because we know Brandon Marshall is not a good run stopper. He's decent he's pretty good in the coverage, but he's not a good run stopper, and that's what we need. And I think this guy can do it. I think this guy can really step up and do that. Yeah. So I was really happy to see us go inside linebacker. Now we can probably just boop, boop, boop.
We got another receiver from Penn State, 4th round, Deshaun Hamilton. I don't really know much.
This is a quicker guy as opposed to Sutton. Smaller, quicker, great hands.
That's fine. You kind of want the opposite of what Sutton is,
Exactly.
to be honest. But yeah, I just don't know much about him.
And you can kind of see a pattern going here. Go ahead. Demarius and Emmanuel are both getting older. They might be getting out the door soon, and maybe we're looking to even axe one of them just because of contracts. So,
kind of revamp our receiving core, kind of thing.
I'd like to see us have both those guys for at least the next 2 years. But if worst comes to worst, we got some guys here that can fill those gaps. Plus, we still have D'Angelo Henderson and Jordan Taylor. I think we're good on the receivers now. I don't think we really need to. We've got a few more in the.
Unless something crazy comes up in free agency, but
we're pretty tapped out money wise too, though.
If there's anything in free agency, I think we can spend it on something else besides receivers.
Yeah.
Troy Fumagalli.
Fumagalli, Wisconsin.
Once he told me it sounded Hawaiian, I thought it was gonna be a Hawaiian.
And he's white.
Fumagalli. That just sounds like it's a Hawaiian. But it's a kind of an interesting last name. But yeah, tight end. Like I said, I don't know much about him. I know that he was on the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
So
And so was Hamilton.
Yeah. And Hamilton, Fumagalli, and Yadam were on it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
3 of those guys.
It wasn't Freeman?
No. Even though Royce was a senior, he wasn't on the Senior Bowl.
I don't know.
Fumagalli.
I really want to see us get a nice, good tight end. It's been a long time since we've had a really good tight end. I'd say since Julius Thomas was the last really good one.
And we had good double tight ends too. I remember when it was Tammy and Joel Dreesen. That was a great duo. And then that's when we got Thomas too. And we had Tammy still.
Yeah, see, and we haven't had anything since then.
Hopefully Jake Butt comes back and is like an immediate presence.
I still want to see what Jake Butt does, but
I think Fumagalli is just basically, or did I say that right? Yeah, Fumagalli. I think he's going to kind of be that third guy, more of a blocking tight end, maybe as a fullback. Well, we have a fullback. We have Janovich. But no, he'll be more in the blocking game. He's not a vertical threat. He's more of a short pass kind of guy if he's going to be involved. But I don't see him being an instant impact guy. But he'll be in the mix. He'll be a backup,
Next one is something we always need. We always need this in Denver.
Guard.
As a guard.
I'm actually shocked we didn't take one earlier. But when you look at what we did take above there, I mean
it makes sense.
Yeah, and this is one of the guys that we got a traded pick for. We traded. We traded our 5th round pick, our first 5th round pick, like down 4 or 5 picks to the Seahawks for one of their 7th round picks. Then we traded our other 5th round pick completely for 2 6th round picks to the Rams, and this is one of those.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Sam Jones, to be honest. I know he looks like Aquaman, the new the
new one.
Yeah, he looks like, what's his name?
I can't remember.
That guy.
Yeah, I think everyone would know who you're talking about on the dumb Justice League too.
Yeah.
The new one. Ugh.
By the way, if you haven't gone out and seen Avengers Infinity Wars, do it, because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Back to sports.
Cray, yo.
I think we should almost maybe do
a podcast
of movie reviews.
That's a good idea. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. We could even put it on this and be like, yeah, this is just
an additional
crap that, maybe that's going to be more famous than this stuff would. I don't know.
Come on, Bronco fans, make us more famous. We don't want to be famous. We just want more people to hear us. We just want more viewers. We don't care about fame.
No, I just would like to see a good community of Bronco fans come together.
We're getting there.
That's literally what we started this for.
And this video, we're gonna maybe, depending on how the sound quality is, but we're gonna maybe sponsor it so that it can get more views out there, so more people like us, and then you can see all of our videos. All right, we gotta get
Keyshawn. You said last name.
Berea, or
I'm gonna botch that.
Another inside linebacker, and then
6th round pick,
and then another running back, David Williams.
Running back,
so we're already sitting at about 25 minutes here.
Yeah.
So that's our draft. Oh, I guess we pretty much knocked out the first two things. Okay, so for the last couple minutes here, did you have anything else to add about our picks?
Well, I mean, I did kind of wanted to go over with our mock drafts of how it worked out, and
Oh, dude.
I don't think we hit it.
Mine crapped out.
Yeah, I don't think we hit it one bit, to be honest.
Hang on. Oh, no, go ahead and keep talking.
Well, I don't think we hit it at all.
Well, let's go through. I kind of want to talk about some of our some of the other draft picks, and kind of just talk about some of the other people that were picked. And
oh, you have Bradley Chubb going to 6 on that one.
on that one, yeah.
Okay. Well, NFL picks. I didn't know you brought the wig.
Check it out.
Are you Case Keenum?
No. Man, with the glasses and the leather coat, I was thinking about. Hello, Bradley Chubb. Yeah, this is Mr. Elway. Well, we're really happy for you to be a Bronco. Yeah, I'm gonna hand you over to Coach Joseph now.
Hi there. Yeah, we are so excited for you to come to Denver. We just can't wait to see you come off that plane and come and practice with us. All right.
All right. This is John Elway from the Denver Broncos. It'd be funnier if I had the suit and tie. But doesn't he always wear these glasses? Always.
Something, yeah. He always does wear something. Definitely hair is a little different. You might want.
Oh, I know. It's the right color.
Thin it out.
Yeah, and I gotta get the teeth.
Yeah, no kidding. Just use Miles's. Well, I don't know. What else were we gonna say?
Just gonna run through some of the other picks. How surprised were you at Baker Mayfield at number 1?
You'll know how surprised we are if you go and look at that live video.
I think we were more shocked about Baker Mayfield than Bradley Chubb for our own pick.
Yeah.
To be completely honest. Because, dude, okay, this is the most Browns move that they could have made. Like, literally, the highest risk quarterback on the board. Don't get me wrong. I hope the best for Baker Mayfield. I hope that he does good. I want him to succeed. But you have the number 1 pick. That what they're saying is that Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback on the draft board. No. You have a better chance with Sam Darnold. Josh Rosen is NFL ready. Josh Allen is NFL ready. Baker Mayfield is a question mark. We don't know. We're about to find out. But I think he's got a great mentor behind Tyrod Taylor. They're very similar quarterbacks. Things hopefully work out because I like the guy. But this was a stupid move by the Browns. Then you go to their 4th round pick. Bradley Chubb still on the board. 2nd best prospect. Quentin Nelson still on the board. 3rd best prospect. Who do you go with? Denzel Ward. Probably the 3rd best cornerback. Maybe 2nd best cornerback. Definitely not the 1st. And I like Ward. He's going to do good. I think he's going to be good. He's a great man-to-man guy. What they're saying there is that Denzel Ward is the best defensive player in the draft. No. I'm sorry. He's not.
I cannot believe. I'm so glad that
I'm glad.
Stupid move.
Hey.
Because we got him.
I actually believe that if they did take Chubb, we would have traded back with the Bills, and then we would have tried to get a guy like Denzel Ward.
Okay.
But man, that was
the number 2 pick. I saw this coming
we all
a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon Barkley, no doubt in my mind that was going to happen, and good.
Yep.
That was a good deal for them.
Smart pick.
New York Jets, I knew I could predict these things right when it was happening. I knew it was going to be like Sam Darnold.
Once it got to about the 10th round, that's when it started getting a little bit less predictable. But yeah, Sam Darnold, great pick.
This one stumped us all. Is the number 4 pick, and we just discussed it. It was the Denzel Ward.
I could have swore it was going to be Bradley Chubb. That was another one that was shocking because then I knew we were going to take Bradley Chubb.
Oh yeah, once that happened, we're like, dude, we got him.
And we thought there's still a slight chance we could trade. And when it said pick is in, we knew it was going to be Chubb. We just knew it. I mean, there was still I think there was like a 5% in my mind that we might take Josh Allen. But
I even thought maybe Quentin Nelson, but
oh yeah, I guess there was
number
that too.
6. I actually think I put this on my mock.
I did.
I think
I
this
know
one
I
was
did.
right for me, and that's Quentin Nelson going to Indianapolis Colts.
Brilliant.
And what's crazy to us is we thought we might see more trades go on in the beginning, but nothing happened.
Yeah, but this was a brilliant pick. Protect your quarterback, man. Your biggest asset.
Bills did a good job. I believe that they did. Okay, they're like, dude, holy crap, Josh Allen's still on the board at number 7. Heck yeah, let's pick him. We need that spot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got McCarron, but you're gonna need some backup to that because he could be a bust.
They didn't give up a whole ton for this either. Like they did pretty well as far as like what they were gonna offer us or the Giants. They didn't give up nearly as much to go up and get Allen. They were smart too because somebody else was going to.
Roquan Smith went to Chicago Bears,
which is great pick. I had him going to the Raiders, but
I saw this happening. I don't even want to pronounce this.
McGlinchey.
49ers. Yeah,
that's a good pick.
Yeah, I saw that happening. I knew they were going to do something like that. You got to protect that Garops. Number 10.
Cardinals traded up with the Raiders to get Josh Rosen. Probably the biggest steal of the quarterbacks in this draft because they didn't have to trade up for much and quality quarterback. I think of any of these quarterbacks, Josh Rosen is definitely the most likely to start week 1.
Josh
Rosen. I do think he's most likely to start week 1 as far as I think Allen has a chance to compete for the job, but I think Rosen will just be handed the job because I think Bradford's not going to be healthy enough.
We just go top 10, man.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to point this one out real quick. The Oakland Raiders are fools. They are fools for taking Colton Miller, offensive tackle, and here's why. Because from what I'm gathering is that they had no tape on this guy. They barely scouted him, never met with him, and he's not that good. Who was it? Somebody was Mike Golick said that this guy, his tape is garbage. That's exactly his words, garbage. So
Good.
Foolish. Yeah, no, I'm fine with it. Who did Kansas City take? I don't even think they had a first round pick, to be honest. No, they didn't.
It's okay.
They said today on NFL Live that we had the best draft of our division.
I think we almost have one of the best drafts in our conference.
I think we did too. I think we definitely quote. I was sitting there watching when this happened. Frickin' can't think of his name right now. Direct quote though. Right after we drafted Josie Jewell, the Denver Broncos are killing this draft right now, and I totally agreed. We did very good in this draft. I'd give us an A.
I saw a lot of those too. Is people grading everyone a draft grade for everybody, and this is weird to me because there was pretty much A's and B's on the board for Broncos, and I saw one out there. The guy gave us a D, or whatever. Maybe it's a community gave us a D on it. I was like, what? They're like, besides Bradley Chubb, Denver completely busted in the draft and so and so.
Definitely a Raiders fan.
I was just like, what the heck are you talking about, dude? Like every other site is saying we are at least a B.
Well,
whatever. I'm like, your opinion sucks.
Well,
it's whatevs. But I mean, I guess we should probably end it off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I think we had a really good draft. Very, very excited to see these guys hit the practice field and hit the preseason. So, we got a lot to talk about for the weeks to come, man. We still haven't talked about the schedules. We can make predictions and all that.
I just farted.
Yep. Yep, he did. I can smell it and taste it on my tongue. Oh, that's all for us here at 406 Broncos.
Ketchup.
Have a great night. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.